think without further ado, let's get rocking and rolling. Oh, look at that timing. Oh, look at that. All right, ready for this? Yeah, there's the sound effects for that. I know, I'm silly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Voice Killed XLNC Shoutcasting. I'm Jake Kelton. Usually I have my duocaster with me, Wraith, who is currently AFK like your worst nightmare in ranked. Maybe he'll load back in a minute, and we'll see if he gets on. But in the meantime, we are going to start off with game number 1, Team Blue Khaki versus Team Dragon. If you are new, I apologize for the roughness of my voice tonight because I've been recovering from a cold / other some sort of throat thing. So it's going to be fun. We're going to burn out my throat tonight, and it's going to be fantastic. Also, if you are planning on sticking around for the whole evening, game number 3 is a unique game mode. This is not something you'll have ever played anywhere else. I can guarantee you that. If you're interested in playing, the one thing I do ask that you do is to hover your mouse over the stream. There's be a little icon in the bottom right-hand side where you can actually vote on finding out the rules pre-Game 3 or after people have loaded into Game 3. And we'll figure that out towards Game 3, but if you vote in the poll, I can then know whether or not to give you guys the rules for how Game 3 is going to be played before or after. We'll find out. But starting off with some of these bands from Team Blue Khaki, it's the Tarek and the Corky, or Tarek, as some of you like to say. And then the Kazakhs and Aurelia. I like Team Dragon's bands a lot better. Part of that, wow, I've never done that before. Wait, no, somebody left. No. I just got started talking about the picks and bands, and who jumped out? Oh, Z1 left. No. True that. Jinky, can you switch over? I feel like that's Reeves. Ah, no! Cabri Bode left. That's alright, guys. We'll figure it out. Thank you, Chinky. Appreciate that. And now we have an empty spot. Reeves! I'm gonna invite Reeves. No, I didn't want to join. What I meant, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to invite Lord Reeves. Get in here. A tad imbalanced. Yeah, well, now you have a diamond on your team, so you can't complain. Oh, Gandalf is in. Oh, Gandalf, what'd you do? Oh, you switched around, so. Bronze Star had Diamond 3, you sneaky. Wait. Wait. One sec. I just want to. Okay. Start it up. There we go. No, I mean, that's a really long name, Jinky. I can try. Let's see here. Let's try it out. Jinky is on team 2 now. Let's see here. Do I have the space for it? All right, there we go. I guess we literally. Well, but I'm not sure that I want to, and I have to define this. Ah, man, you guys make me work on this stream. A cunning, showing a cunning or ingenuity or wickedness typical of a devil. Devilish schemes, a cold calculation, diabolic art of some statement, the diabolical expression on his face. Mephisotphelian glint in his eye. Yeah, you know, that's cool. That's cool, actually. Hey, Fox Nova. Doing good besides my voice. Thought I had time since you were in game. Novalytics thing. Alright, Reeves. No worries. No worries. Reincarnation. Yes, I can guarantee you that Game 3 will be unlike anything you've ever seen before. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rebuilt, Game 1 of tonight. As Wraith is still AFK. That's fine. We'll get him eventually. And some of these picks and bans. So, Fadelol starting us off once again on the Kazakhs. However, the Aurelia ban, not banned out this time. First off, starting with Yorick, or the second ban being Yorick. Zac, Nocturne, and the high mobility Talia coming out from Team Blue Khaki as a ban. So they, I mean, look at the mobility on these champions from Team Blue Khaki. Zac with his stretching strike. Nocturne with his ultimate that's going to fly in from halfway across the screen. Talia, also massive mobility. I'm surprised they didn't ban Rise. They definitely knocked them out. I'm not going to comment too much on it because I told them that I wouldn't, so we're not going to talk about it. Instead, we're going to talk about 6-path Sage mode, picking up the Caitlyn, wanting to play against some serious, hard, bottom lane, AD carry, rocking and rolling. if you're in the game and also in Twitch, please let your friends know in the game to get onto the Discord, communicate with you guys through the Discord so that you can chat it up and make some of these epic plays. Caitlyn and Thresh are a duo queue. They said that I could share them as a duo queue. They play really well together. These guys are worth keeping an eye on. And really taking your best players in the bottom lane versus them, because they said they wanted a challenge. If they don't get a challenge game 1, they may have to come back for game 2 to play again. But in the meantime, Dragon Taco picks up the Pantheon. This is indeed Sparta. That's why I lost my voice, just because I was screaming about Sparta. Just kidding. But very strong in the top lane. Seen him starting to show up a little bit more. Some of those rune changes making him very strong in the engage, as well as both in the top lane and the jungle. High mobility, moving around the map, able to ult in, but also just a very hard champion to kill, as he's able to block that auto attack with his passive every now and then, including making him a really powerful tower diver, and using his E, he gets a second auto attack that he can block away. Lucian picked up by Wincarnation. Maybe top lane versus the Pantheon. We'll have to see how this breaks out, as I do believe that Risen Standard with that Ashe is going to be the bottom lane AD carry role. But we also have Fadelaw on the Shaco, currently holding that teleport. I doubt that he's going to go mid lane Shaco. We'll have to figure this out. It might be Lucian mid lane. We'll see once some of these more picks are in, as Karthus being picked up here in the second ban phase, for Mephisotphelian. Yeah, Mephisotphelian. I think I'm going to get it eventually. And Tarek, once again, the ban away from blue. Khaki, no support picked up so far, which means the pool can be pinched for red team, as the bottom lanes have been picked up by blue team. And now the red team is pinching the mid lane pool. Now, we haven't seen Bronze Tryharden before. I'm not sure what he means. You might have to check his op.gg to see what he plays. We'll find out in a minute, as it is going to be the Gangplank band away. He is a gold farmer on that champion. Very, very strong in the top lane. Even if he loses lane, doesn't matter. He's going to come back late game, because his scale is insane. He can always hit 6 items before the rest of his team or the enemy team does, even if they are ahead. It's kind of ridiculous sometimes. Janna banned away by Team Blue Khaki. So they are, once again, continuing to pinch that support pool. Janna very strong with the Ashe, in that she gives that bonus AD on the shield, as it's a Soraka. So going from the passive healing support, Gandalf 453, picking that one up, making sure to avoid some of the damage. Whoa, Jensen is following you. What? Hold on, what? Are you lying? Wait, are you serious? This is pretty awesome if he is. I don't know that he is or not, but that would be pretty darn awesome. I'm not really sure. But in the meantime, we're going to keep talking about this. That's pretty awesome. Landex, it's a play with the last follower's name. It's a play with the last one. You had to go into more depth to say, like, I'm not sure I follow you on that one. But Bronze Tryharden picking up the Jax for the jungle. Landex on the Orianna in the mid lane. So we do get mid laner. It's going to be the Orianna. Hey, cheered 1 bit. Thank you, Fox Nova. I love that. I love that. Oh, that is some serious love and support, man. Dude, Fox Nova, you rock. You seriously rock some socks off. I love that. Cheeky Toast picking up the Nunu. All right, so we are into the final stages of picks and bans. And of course, I don't have my picks and bans music because everything's been all over the place. I got into a car wreck, guys, today. Give me just a little bit of a break. Not my fault. Somebody ran into my car, damaged it up a bit. Their insurance should cover all of it. I'm not looking forward to dealing with that headache. We're going to deal with that after the stream. But let's go ahead and roll through the players and their champions real fast. For blue team, Team Blue Khaki. I love the blue matches with the Blue Khaki. That's probably why they wanted the name. And it's going to be 6 Paths Sage Mode. First time on tonight. Love it. And he's a Georgia man. Love it too. Playing the Thresh in the bottom lane support role. Seen some amazing plays out of him. Enable 3 with the Caitlyn in the bottom lane AD carry role. Welcome to the stream. First time as well. Dragon Taco. New, I think, to the stream. May have played once before. Playing Pantheon in the top lane. In the mid lane, Landex. Original. Can't get enough of this guy. Playing Orianna in the mid lane. And Jax. Bronze Tryharden. As he is a diamond. Don't let that name fool you. In the jungle. What a guy. We'll see if he can make some serious plays. Welcome to the stream as well. Over for Team Mephisotphelian. We've got Fadelaw playing his absolute one-trick Shaco. Excited to see this. Looks like he's going to be going in the top lane, I have to imagine, with that teleport. Risen Standard on the Ashe bottom lane AD carry role. Wincarnation with a Lucian. Welcome to the stream. New as well, first time. Appreciate the follow earlier. In the mid lane, Lucian. Gandalf 453 with the Soraka in the bottom lane support role. New to the stream as well. There's a lot of new guys. I love it. Jinky Toast on the Nunu in the jungle. Okay, now that I've gone through that mouthful, I'm going to try not to say it too many times over and literally burn your guys' ears off about why my voice is all over the place at the moment. It's because I have a cold. I should just make a rule so that you can just exclamation point weird voice or something and it goes up. So most recent follow was Incarnation. I'm trolling. That's not Jensen's side account to my info. That's not a Jensen side account to my info. Oh, okay. You were just freaking me out. You were just freaking me out. I see how it is. I see how it is. That's fine. If you did, though, that would be pretty darn awesome. Jensen's really, really good. I love his Azir plays in the mid lane. So let's talk about these teams, because we have to do some analyzation before we get into game here. It is going to be, I would say, strongly favoring blue Khaki. They have a really strong front line with the engage from the Pantheon and Jax. Both those champions able to go in heavily into the enemy team. They have a lot of hops forward and plus some serious stuns, laying down the CC, opening up for Caitlyn, or the Thresh to follow up with his own crowd control, and then Orianna to deal some heavy damage in the back line. Plus, Thresh has excellent peel for the Caitlyn or Orianna, whereas Jax and Pantheon don't really need peel. Over for the red team, they have some serious assassination. They do have the tank line of Nunu, but unless he builds some really tanky items from the very beginning of the game, sometimes it can take him a while to scale into it. He's great at taking up neutral objectives, but Jax is a very good duelist, and so them fighting in the jungle should actually give a pretty hefty hand over to the Jax, even though Nunu should be able to steal away a lot of Drakes. We'll have to see if the team moves around that. The one thing that red team has is damage. Goodness gracious, the Shaco, Ashe, and Lucian all coming out together. Should they survive most fights, they're going to have some serious damage being able to pour into the enemy line. But they need to be able to burst through that Pantheon on Jax, or, more likely, find out somebody in rotation. They need to have the wards to not get caught out themselves against the Thresh, but if they have the vision down, they should be able to make some plays, especially with that Shaco, onto the squishier champions of that Orianna or the Caitlyn, and that's going to give them a huge advantage when it comes to making some of those later point engages. So if I had to pick a team to win, I would probably favor Team Blue Khaki, but that doesn't mean the game is over for Mephisotphelian. I'm going to say that wrong so many times. Because it really is all about the plays. We've seen it 1,000 times before. Doesn't necessarily mean that one team is guaranteed to win over another. I'm going to be right back as I get myself a little bit of water because my throat is going to get so scratchy so quickly. BRB, real quick. And I am back in time. My voice sounds a little bit better. Whew. All right, so excited for game number 1. It's going to be pretty fantastic. As I said, giving favor a little bit into blue team's side, but that doesn't necessarily decide the way that the game is going to go out. Some of these cool skins coming out: Lunar Wraith Caitlyn, Baker Pantheon, Winter Wonderland Orianna, Nunu Bot. I mean, can you literally get any better than that classical skin? Star Guardian Soraka matching well with the Project Lucian, Fjord, Ashe, and Royal Shaco, which actually means that red team has a slight advantage over the 4 skin members of blue team, because skin to win means that you have a little bit of an advantage there. We'll see if that's enough to be able to get them into some serious advantages to be able to carry the game. Currently with tanks being on the DL and damage being the way of the game, the team that snowballs first is usually the team that can win. So we're going to have to give some really good eyes on to which team can start that snowball, whether it is the Orianna or Pantheon or Lucian and even Shaco, because those champions can get some serious steamroll as well. So we'll have to see which team can make that happen. I am excited about upcoming stuff for the stream. I've actually selected a computer that I want to purchase to upgrade my entire setup, guys. It's going to be a huge overhaul and going to make the stream, make the stream much, much, much better as a whole. So I'm excited to do that, but it is like $1,400 to pick up that new computer. So I'm going to have to save up for that for a while. So here we are into game number 1 of the night. These are custom castings, which mean that you guys, anyone, gets to play in them. They are just for funsies. Now, I really do want to check real quick. Have I set this up correctly? I think it is, which means that I should be able to do this and then be able to do one of these. Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this beautiful, beautiful camera movement. I didn't get fast in time to set the sky, but that's okay. That is a-okay. We still get to see red team moving out. Next time we'll switch over to blue team, as it looks like blue team is going to be heading to protect that blue buff. As usual, start. Soraka gets in early, getting a ward down so she see if there is an invade, but the rest of the team doesn't seem to follow. As we actually have an invade from red team on the red side jungle for team blue Khaki, which is really intriguing. Interested to see if that takeaway from the Nunu is going to help him to start off strong. There's no... Oh, Orianna coming up. Might be able to actually see this. Ward goes down, so she sees the ward. So she knows that somebody's over there. There's the ping. She's putting vision. So now they know that there's the potential the red team could be starting on that side, but it looks like they may keep that up anyway. Nunu a little late on the spawn of that ward. And we do have an AFK, Risen Standard. Guys... Fadelul, you know what to do. Pause the game. It's a tournament draft. You can pause it before the game starts. Well, in the future, for anyone who's watching the stream, I always do tournament drafts so you can pause. We give about a 10-minute timer. Oh, okay, he is in. He was just grabbing an extra potion, I bet it was. All right, there we go. So it looks like we are in a game. We did not have an AFK. That's a close one. And I'm going to go ahead and move the champions and the players around real quick. Now, I hear... that you can actually, wait, that switch, oh, it does, these now switch as well. That's pretty fantastic. All right, give me just a second, there we go. And I did call the lanes correctly, so it is a Lucian versus Orianna in the mid lane, which is going to be really interesting, because Orianna's burst power is incredibly strong. However, Lucian's duelist should be able to poke Orianna out of lane early. It's not going to be until she gets some good mana regen and can spam the movement of that ball. There we go, getting those double auto attacks with that duelist light shot passive. Giving Lucian a pretty good advantage in the mid lane. He does have Ignite as well, but the key on that, you have to remember, is that Orianna's shield can be incredibly strong and can counter that Ignite from the Lucian pretty well. Now, she isn't taking Barrier, as we sometimes see, as 6 Sage is not going to be able to land the hook. That's sometimes going to miss Risen Standard, but he's missing so much farm. He's actually already down 8 farm. This is really, really rough for him. That's one of the nice things about Thresh. All you need is aggression in the bottom lane. You don't even necessarily need to land any hooks. As long as you're pushing the AD carry back, they're not getting farmed. They're unable to move forward, and really, you can abuse that pressure from the Thresh death sentence and let your ADC farm freely. Now, I'd like to see Enable do a little bit more slow pushing, rather than pushing the lane so far forward. Oh, Landek's trying to get the shield down in time, not going to land. However, the Thresh sentence, as well as, oh, that might be the death on Gandalf. 4-5-3, the Ignite's ticking away. Is it going to be enough? No, the flash forward. Risen Standard uses the heal, trying to get in. 2 more auto attacks should be enough. Oh, no! Caitlyn finishes the last shot on the Ashe. The Soraka doesn't fall, but that is still first blood over to blue team in the mid lane. Landex uses the shield, but it's not fast enough, trying to bait in for the Jax, who does have double buff. This aggressive move from Lucian, putting himself in danger, though. He is ticking away. That last red buff proc should be enough. However, now the jungler is going to find themselves fighting off, but it looks like Jax just wants to back. And so far, 2 kills for blue team. Blue Khaki coming out in a small lead, especially in that bottom lane. The Ashe going down even more crucially. It's almost worth it to let the support die and stay just to get the farm, because now you're going to lose a lot of farm, as it is going to be a 2v1. Caitlyn taking up the turret. That's going to be 6 actually picking that up. Enable 3 very low health, but now Ashe needs to turn and get some damage onto this Caitlyn. She's very low, still has flash up, is gonna 90 caliber net, and then Q over the wall, flashes forward, gets the kill. Enable 3 with a massive play on the under-leveled Ashe, completely outplayed. Even Thresh throws on the question mark, going, what was that? It is an Infernal Drake starting off, so we do have to keep an eye on that. It could be Nunu from the red team. that's going to aggressively try to pick that one up. However, with the Ashe so underfarmed and so underleveled, it's going to be a while before that happens. The double stun in the top lane for the Shaco, and he's going to fall down very quickly. Almost got a return kill on the Jax with that Ignite as well as the box, but not enough damage this early into the game. Only has the Doran's ring, and it looks like Wraith is on. However, he is going to have to join the game number 2. Unless you can spectate. Let's see here. Who's he friends with? Land. No, have to wait for game 2. There we go. Sorry about my voice. Hey, B Bridges, man. This kid is a beast. What? Welcome to the stream. Are you a friend of Caitlyn's? Landek's very low mana in the mid lane. You're going to be forced to back up. However, not completely out of lane, but Lucian's starting to take a farm advantage there. So it's going to have to keep an eye on that damage trading, especially when the Jax has taken the blue buffs so far into the game. He's going to have to start giving them over to Orianna, or she's going to continue to use the lane. Lucian's duelist power just too strong. Ashe in the bottom lane tries to get some farm, uses that volley, but is down almost 20 farms, so definitely going to have to spend some time in a side lane to farm that back up. Sage mode, throwing out Death Sentence. Didn't quite predict that one, but that's okay. Jax pings for assistance by the Drake. He has started it. He's down to about half health. Needs to be very careful here. Should be able to... Actually, no, I think that the Infernal might be enough. He does have Smite available, so he should be able to get this one up. Smite there, and he gets it. Doesn't clean up with the last bit of Smite, but that's okay. He doesn't have to. Thresh moves forward aggressively again, continuing to zone this Ashe off of farm, which is really putting Red Team behind because they need those carries to have the damage. Now, the best thing about it is that they do have a Lucian picking up the slack in the mid lane. But Risen Standard gonna go down. That's a nice hook there. The combo play between Caitlyn using a very aggressive 90 caliber net into the Piltover Peacemaker, and then the Death Sentence by Thresh on top of all of it after the Ashe has been slowed with the 90 caliber net. Enable 3 doing a really good job. Piltover Peacemaker chunking out. Oh, Soraka puts her very low. She's going to have to back. No flash, no exhaust. So this bottom lane, everything you've seen before can be repeated again, and they haven't even called in the jungler. Nah, I wish. All right, well, I appreciate that, B-Man Bridges. Glad you could come and join in the fun of watching the game. Pantheon gonna gank the top lane on that Shaco, and by gank I mean just go back to lane using that. However, the fear from the box is gonna slow Pantheon. He goes in aggressively. Oh my goodness, what a move! Fable with some serious outplay jukes. All right, we got actually, because I'm solo casting this one, we're gonna watch that again, guys. We gotta watch that on repeat. So Pantheon comes in. Check out how low this Shaco gets. So he's down to 148 health. We're gonna double click, make sure we stay on this guy. As Pantheon's going to move in, the boxes are going to start the fear. Unfortunately, both boxes are going to proc. Only one procs, but the second one gets the fear on a minion. Pantheon flashes forward, gets the Q. Doesn't land an auto attack afterwards, though, because Shaco starts the ultimate. And now, after all of the damage, Pantheon moves forward, blocks one auto attack. Not enough. Holy goodness, under 100 health. Beautiful play there by that Shaco. This is why this guy is known for this incredible Shaco in the top lane. I already died once due to that Jax gank, but this time around he does pull himself into an advantage on the Pantheon in a 1v1. He's gonna back pretty happily. Oh, we didn't even see. Oh my goodness, we're gonna have to back up again. I'm sorry, guys. As Caitlyn picks up a double kill. Okay, we're back to normal casting mode. Oh, just with a really good auto attack Piltover Peacemaker. Immediately into Death Sentence. Thresh is tanky enough this early. He's going to immediately just soak up all the damage from the turret, and he moves around the corner, but this tower should go down. And this bottom lane from blue team is so far unstoppable. You know, around the corner, he doesn't have Smite up, but he could try to flash Snowball. I think he's just going to back off as Caitlyn comes in, snowballs her for the slow, the shield from Thresh immediately into the blast cone, gets Jinky Toast out of a situation that could have ended really, really badly. But once again, this Ashe just continues to be shut down in the bottom lane. 13 farm, Caitlyn's 60 farm, and that is just massive over the opponent in that bottom lane. All right, back to normal mode. In the mid lane, however, the roles are reversed as it's Lucian pushing 70 farm to the Orianna's 40. She's only died once in that engage with Lucian. However, it might be enough to slow things down, and that's going to just kind of drag out where things go in the game for red team, because they need to give time for Ashe to farm. Now they've traded lanes. It's Ashe in the top lane now, so they are doing a quick switch around. Fox hearing one more bit. I seriously love that. I don't know why, but that really makes my day. That really makes my day. Fox Nova. Resdra, welcome to the stream. You can hear my beautiful raggedy voice. Caitlyn moving into the top lane, though. It's now 3 members up here. Orianna coming as well. Thresh flashes in for the ultimate, slowing both members, playing the Ashe back in. And that's another 2 kills. This Caitlyn is now 7-0, under 10 minutes. She has done everything right. The bottom lane from red team are so far behind. It's 2 shots for Caitlyn to take either one of them out. And the game, honestly, it's very rare that I say this, but the game may be over just due to Caitlyn's massive advantage. Unless something crazy happens and she gets shut down so many times, it's going to be so hard for the 0-5 and 0-3 bottom lane from blue team to be able to get into this. As Cat donates 2 bits. It's a bit war, ladies and gentlemen. It's a bit war, as Katnir is actually number 3 on the bit listings, and just kind of drags himself up there, making sure that Nova doesn't catch up. Though Nova, I think, is only at 2, so you don't have to worry, Cat. Nova's fine. Thresh continues to beat up on this poor Ashe. Now this is just sad. This is really the side. Leave Risen Standard alone. That's so sad. I feel like that terrible video you saw on YouTube many years ago, where the I think it's a girl with a terribly hoarse voice has been sobbing for like hours. Leave Brittany alone! But instead, I'm sick and I'm asking you to leave Risen Standard alone. As Jax, oh, nice jump from Fade. Lol gets some good damage, but in the mid lane, now the engage onto the Lucian. Oh, the dodge as well. The heal from Soraka. Good play here by red team. I love the fact that they're actually rotating the Soraka to help out the Lucian, who Wincarnation has done well so far in the game. 84 farm, and he gets an easy kill on Pantheon. What is this? As Catinator secures himself up to 25 bits now with another 7. Try hard, try hard, try hard, try hard. This Kate, old but goody. She actually is doing a lot better recently. I think she got a very minor buff, as well as the item changes that nerf some of the other champions, other than like Kaisa, gives her just a pretty good advantage when it comes to sieging. But now they're moving on to Shaco. Double fear. He's trying to run away. He does able to get the jump. Thresh not going to land those prediction hooks. He does like those and has done it a couple times so far. But it looks like it's just going to be the clone to pop and give a little bit of damage onto the, I'd say Caitlyn, but they already went down. Thresh tanking up a lot of that before Caitlyn took any damage, as they're going to move down towards the bottom lane. This duo has been unstoppable. All right, I'm putting out the call, ladies and gentlemen. I need a duo to face off against these 2 in game number 2. Call up your friends, call up your duos, pull something together. I want to see the best duo in my stream face off against these 2. Call it Catinator, call it Landex, I don't care who it is. Lol comes in with the Soraka. Now he gets the fear down onto the Caitlyn, the exhaust as well. The Flay pulls the Shaco in, and Enable just dominates. Throws out the ult, double kill. Already has an Infinity Edge, 10-0. The damage is too real. 13-3 plus Infernal Drake. It is going to be a second Infernal spawning. Can you steamroll a game any harder? Lucian tries to get some damage in with the culling. Jax trying to tank up underneath the turret. Nunu comes in trying to use the ult just to slow the engage down. Still going to fall. It's Pantheon going to solo Risen Standard in the top lane. That Ashe still so far behind. Has not even gotten, I think, above level 6 yet. As legendary Caitlyn, 12-0, destroys, puts out the call. This Caitlyn is literally putting out the wanted poster for a better duo to face off against in that bottom lane. And sorry for the mouse clicking all over or moving around. That was due to the water bottle that I'm trying to drink to keep my voice from going too hoarse. 25,000 gold to 17,000 gold, 16 kills to 3. Let's talk about what this team did. All right, this game at the beginning was seriously heavily won due to Thresh's presence in the bottom lane. He didn't land many death sentences. However, he stayed so far forward and so far aggressive that the Ashe risked being hooked and being killed. So was forced to back up, and in being forced to back up, didn't get any farm. And then they abused that over and over and over And now they're going to clear the mid lane. Ping's coming down from red team. They're probably flaming him. I feel really bad. This is not what you want in a highlight reel on your game. Jinky Toast comes in, gets to slow down. Mountain Dew, stay hydrated. I've got water right now, but I do love myself some Mountain Dew. Enable, actually, that is my caffeine of choice when it comes to getting ready to shoutcast. Descendants only lands on the clone, so Shaco Fade Lol is safe for the moment. Pantheon off to the side, sitting just outside the bush, so it does. You could get vision on him if you walk through the mid lane, but he gets back inside the bush, ready for an ultimate. May look to engage in the mid lane. Enable just doesn't even care. Coming through the mid lane. Oh, nice ult from the Ashe. Slows down for the moment. Can Soraka get the silence down? Only lands for a moment on the Thresh. Lucian tries to engage from the side lanes, but Orianna ult pulls into Soraka. Heal gets everyone alive. Nunu ult trying to stop everyone, but the Pantheon lands on 3, and that's going to be him crushing down 2. And he's going to try to get a triple kill as well. Ignite ticking away. That's going to be Lucian still alive, though Orianna comes to the side. Landex looking for a re-engage on the Lucian. He does have red buff, though, so he has the slows. Orianna gonna throw out her orb over the wall. No, looks like Lucian's gonna be able to escape. So, good re-engage from the Pantheon. Jax comes in the mid lane. This Shaco 2-2, trying to put the team on his back for these engages. Lucian and the Shaco both doing what they can. They both have those 2 kills for the 5 of the team. But it is going to be a massive Mount Everest trek to be able to get back into this one, as almost 10,000 gold in the lead before 15 minutes have even struck. Blue team is just so far ahead. It turns out that, you know, Jake from State Farm wearing those khakis, obviously they're blue khakis, because that's why he's so OP. However, I did notice earlier, guys, forgive me, it was Jinky Toast who was able to get in on the Jax and smite steal away the Infernal. That has tied up the Infernals in this game, which gives a decent chance for, or it just slows down Blue Khaki's advances because they don't have the double Infernals. So just really good job from Jinky Toast being able to get in. Notice that the Jax is taking it away. I think Bronze Tryhard was very low health, and so played it safe, jumped over the wall, probably mistimed his smite or used it early. Rift Herald hasn't even despawned yet at this point in the game. Shaco comes over the wall. Can he steal it away? That's the question. If he can get the fear down onto the Shaco, could stop him. This smite's early, but Jack still steals it away. However, Pantheon comes in, wanting to steal it up. The fear goes down. It might despawn. Protect the Rift buff. That's what's on the mind of Red Team right now. As the Nunu starts the ultimate, just slowing down the team. They move forward. Thresh wants the buff from Rift Herald. Those eyes are following around. Nobody's picked it up yet. The Ashe is going to fall down again. Orianna finally gets it. And Fadewolf sneaks his way to safety once again. The immediate spawn of Rift Herald. Soraka is caught up with a nice engage from the Thresh as the team continues to engage. Lucian now using the call onto the Caitlyn, forcing her to back up. The fear onto the Jack. Shaco may go in for the kill. Bronze Tryhard, very low health, starts it. Oh, nice play there. Knew that Shaco would be going back in. Readies the stun, and that forces Shaco to have to just go into the bush and start to recall. Lucian, the only one left alive to defend. That Jax is so low health, but it looks like Shaco not wanting to get into a 2v1. Decides to recall anyway, and that's going to be the mid lane tier turret falling for blue team as Rift Shelly just... Let me just comment on this for a minute. This is so cute. Go, Shelly, go. You got this. All right, back to the game. As Risen Standard moves forward, he is currently at 45 farm level 7. This Ashe has been put so far behind, has been truly the pick-on point of the game, 1-10-1. Now, this is a strategy you can actually use in your ranked games. Find a weak point on the enemy team and exploit it in every way possible. Not only can you tilt the enemy team because they'll all start raging, which you really shouldn't do, and I don't support raging on this game or on the stream, but in solo ranked mode, or even duo queue ranked mode, if you can get the enemy team raging on one particular person and or that person tilted because they've been shut out of the game so hard, you can sometimes win solely based off of that. There really isn't anything else left to it, so... Oh, sorry, moving it all around as I wanted to check in on what's going on with the stream. There's a bunch of people that are commenting. Support me, Nong Nong. Cat and Nong Nong. Is this gonna be the duo we've always wanted? Is this gonna be the duo we've always wanted? And it looks like the Orianna caught out. Nice engage there. It's actually Risen Standard's ultimate that locks her up long enough for Fadelul to get in and get the damage down, and that's going to be a kill. I can't zoom back in. There's so much going on the map. This Pantheon's going to engage onto Fadelul. However, he's trying to speed himself away, and that was just the clone of the Shaco, who's now going to get the fear onto the Jax. Force Bronze to flash, or just hop to safety for the moment. Death Sentence on Ashe, very low mana. However, she needs to back. This is another really good thing about Ashe. Risen Standard can be so far behind. As long as he lands an ult, though, can help his team out. Certain champions, when they get really far behind, there's nothing they can do to help their team, and they're just going to keep falling further and further behind. However, Ashe's ult is always helpful. The best thing about it, even if it doesn't do much damage, which it doesn't, it has that 6-second stun if you get max range on it. So really, as long as Risen Standard can continue to throw these ults, Enchanted Crystal Arrows effectively stunning the enemy team members and allow them to pick people off, there is a chance that they could come back into the game. However, Nunu forced to flash away. Jinky Toast maybe going down. Bronze Tryhard gets some good damage. Hops in again. Oh my goodness. Gonna clean that one up with the red buff as well. Gandalf 453 gonna fall despite the heals. The call from Lucian gonna get his own right back. So it's a 2-for-1 trade so far. However, mid lane turret should be broken. Fadelul tries to get in, lays down a box, but is it going to be enough? Tries to clear the minions. However, he's gonna get caught up. Beautiful from the CC of the Thresh and the Jax, able to clean him up. Felt that he was coming in, played it safe, got that crowd control down, and that's going to be Inhibitor falling as the game continues to slowly get a tighter and tighter noose around red team's neck, which I really can't say, guys. I mean, seriously, what is this team? I'm not even going to worry about trying to say they're I mean, okay, I'm going to try. I'm going to try here. Let me... Mephisotphelian. Red team Mephisotphelian. Okay, we're gonna work on that, guys. Sometimes these team names are both a little bit beyond me. As a third Infernal Drake spawns, Jinky Toast around the corner, doesn't get the smite. It's a little bit early and going to sacrifice his life for the attempt. But honestly, after a third Infernal Drake, I think at this point in the game, it really is worth your life to at least try to steal it away. The Bronze Tryhard, knowing the damage that was going to come out from that Nunu, stops it just a hair early, forcing the Nunu. Actually, he didn't even smite. Or maybe his smite's back up. I think he did smite, but it was just a little bit too little damage. A little bit too early. He was feeling the pinch with the Pantheon there as well, and so decides to go ahead and smite for a hope and a wish, and does go down. But now middle inhibitor has fallen. All exterior turrets have fallen. Mephisotphelian may feel like the devil's grin is on their side, but they are in a devilish amount of trouble, as double Infernal Drakes on a 16-1 and 5 Caitlyn. She's onto her 4th item with another BF sword. Locket of Solari finished for Thresh. He hasn't even finished the quest on his support item yet because they're so far into the game. He hasn't been able to clear enough minions to get the gold to finish that quest. Doesn't need to. 2, 1, and 19. I really would be interested in seeing the Catinator Nong Nong bot lane versus these two. As Ping's in the top lane, red team move forward. Jinky Toast in trouble. He doesn't have flash. He's going to be taken out very quickly, but Fadelul is here trying to get the re-engage onto Caitlyn. The ignite, the damage isn't enough. It's ticking away. Enable 3 may go down. The heal used, but it's not enough. And so Raka picks up the kill on that one. Gandalf 453 in trouble. Jax flashes forward, tries to get the jump. The stun doesn't land, but an auto will. And Lucian now in trouble. He's going to back off. The ult from Ashe, not what you want when you're 1v2. The Lucian already backing out. The pings from the team saying, what are you doing? Get out of that fight. As Lucian 1v1ing the Jax. Now this is not a fight that you want when you're Lucian. He flashes to safety though. Good save to hold it earlier and still use it. Using those relentless pursuit movements to be able to get him in and out of the fight well. But now his flash is down. That means next hard engage may mean the death of Wincarnation. Nunu here to try to defend. He can eat these siege minions very well and defend for the team, but Landex now should fall here. Wincarnation picks that one pretty easily. But everywhere else on the map, blue team is crushing. Jinky Toast trying to push the Thresh out from the top lane. The turret did go down. The inhibitor is open now for blue team to come and pick that up. Oh, the Nunu bot has started spamming the laughs. That's not what you want in game. The tilt may be real. Thresh may be going down. Thank you, Getting Near Greg, for the host for 8 viewers. I appreciate that a lot. Thresh is going to fall. I'm going to really comment on very quickly now that Thresh has fallen. For the 8 viewers, first of all, welcome to XLNC Shoutcasting. I don't have my duocaster yet. He just got back, so we're going to get him into game number 2. This is the first game of 3. I'm sorry my voice is a little bit weird. The reason why is that I did have a cold this last weekend. I'm recovering now, but I actually had no voice the entire weekend long. It's recovered just enough for me to shoutcast a solo cast game. Talk about dedication when you still have a voice like I do and I'm solo casting games. But I love it. I really love this type of stuff. So, no rage on Risen Standard. He's having a rough game. We all do, guys. We've all had our bronze games. This is a custom game just for fun that anyone gets to play in. As Bronze is going to clear up that blue buff, taking away the enemy team's jungle. That's what Nunu wants to do. However, he's not able to do it so far. Jinky having a very difficult time. Besides that, one steal away on the Infernal Drake in the second Drake, which was really nice. Otherwise, he's had a really hard time. Ash Arrow flies wide, not able to find the mark on that one. A good idea for a Risen Standard. If you're playing an Ash and you get this far behind, wait for the enemy team to engage. A Nunu Ice Ball slow or a Fear from the Shaco may actually line up for the damage. Nice play there, pulls the back line. Fadelol gets in some good damage onto Enable, but the Pantheon is here. Is it enough? The Piltover Peacemaker! Oh my goodness, Caleb picks off both the Clone and the Shaco in one shot with the Piltover Peacemaker. Risen Standard in trouble to continue to pick on the weak link, and that's going to be him falling as the tanky Jax with the Redemption is going to be healed up as well. No worries on that. Too easy to pick up clean kills from blue team, and it looks like Mr. Khaki Pants, despite the inhibitor spotting, they're going to have to really clear. It's not the worst. Is going to be able to push this one in. 5 members strong. It's only the Lucian and Soraka alive. I'm sure that Gandalf can do a lot, but is a wizard mighty enough to be able to 1 or 2v5 an entire enemy team? Incarnation still full health, gets flayed into the enemy team. Ignites are ticking away. The heal is down. Exhaust on Pantheon. Lucian gets a little bit of health off in the tower. However, they're moving on to the turret now. Nice Rion ult pulls in 3. That's going to be serious damage. Caitlyn wants to finish the game, and the last auto attack will take it down. And that's going to be Team Blue Khaki with game number 1 as... Hold on, guys. I can do this. I've done it once already. Mephisotphelian is going to fall in game number 1. All right. That was crazy, and my voice is so going to be shot after tonight. I got a little voice back this morning, and I'm going to decide let's cast it. I am going to cast fully tonight. It's going to be fun, but tomorrow I'm literally not going to have any voice. So this is a huge thing on me to make sure I never, ever, ever get colds, because this is going to be really bad. Jiggy Toast. Have you not noticed the blue khaki joke yet? I'm fully aware of Jake from State Farm and his khakis, and they're on blue side. I get the blue khakis. That's fantastic. Oh, we are into endgame stat mode, so let me go ahead and transition over as we are. I'm sorry, not quite on endgame stats. We're on a spinning circle of doom. Spinning circle. But let's talk a little about that game. Again, what I was saying earlier in the stream was that advantage that you saw coming out from the Thresh early, and that the pressure that he was able to apply in the early portion of the game, forcing the Ashe back up towards underneath the turret, meant that the Ashe could not get farm. And then they just built on that lead, slowly stacking up. That's not the joke. Toasty, you're gonna have to explain the joke then. I guess I'm a little too dense. All right, so one of the things we do for the new people, welcome to the stream, is we roll through MVPs and honorable mentions. I'm going to do that very quickly so we can roll into game number 2, because we have 3 games to play tonight, which are full of random players like you guys. So, for MVP for the losing team, I think that I'm going to give it over to Wincarnation. Honestly, played a very stellar game in the mid lane. You don't take Lucian mid very often. Pulling out some old Faker strats from about 3 seasons ago. And Wincarnation did it very, very well. Not only shut down the Orianna hard, but also continued to just play the game, being able to not only stay in team fights, get some damage and kills, but also be able to get out. That's a major, major key. Is that, or not honorable mention, I'm sorry, that's supposed to be MVP, is Wincarnation. Wincarnation definitely getting MVP for that one. Honorable mention, goes to Fadelol. I mean, seriously, you can't fault this guy in any way, shape, or form. That top lane outplay against the Pantheon as the auto attack was coming down, uses the ult to gain invincibility for just a moment because he disappears off the entire map rift. I mean, you can avoid so much with that. Played it perfectly, able to outplay the Pantheon. There wasn't even a fear down and still got the kill. That's just seriously awesome play on that Shaco. Pay attention to that. He very rarely gets to play Shaco because so often it's banned against him. And this time did, and was able to use that to great effect. Oh, I did record the stats from last game. All right, if you look down below on the stream, actually, you can see the honorable mentions and MVPs has been stacked up. You can actually get a whole recording of all of the game's previous honorable mentions and MVPs. And so if you play really well, play stellarly, get in here, and we'll do this. Okay, for the winning team, this is a little bit difficult because the bottom lane played so darn effectively, and they always rotated together. But because of that, I think I actually am going to give it over to the bottom laners, though a massive shout out to Bronze Tryharden for an incredible play overall. Stayed very aggressive, stayed very pertinent in the game, made sure that he was ganking lanes a lot, always on top of Drakes whenever an opportunity. Only lost one to a Nunu Smite Steal, which is very hard to do. I mean, it's Nunu. But, or very hard to not lose to a Nunu Smite Feast. But, still played a very good game, but honorable mention I am going to give to Enable, and we'll explain why in just a moment. MVP over to the Thresh. So as we talked about, Thresh had that aggression very early on in the game, which meant that the Ashe had to play back, which gave Caitlyn a huge farm lead. Once Caitlyn had that farm lead, she was able to come back with item advantage, and then started to stack up the kills. Another thing was the reason why I'm giving MVP to the Thresh is because the Thresh was landing the hooks that let Caitlyn not just get one kill, but two. Caitlyn was fine 1v1ing or even 1v2ing and getting one kill. But double kill after double kill after double kill for this Caitlyn just stacked up to 18 kills. So it was really Thresh landing the CC and really making sure to give opportunity for the Caitlyn to just auto attack her way to a massive, not saying that playing Caitlyn and getting 18 kills is easy, but they did what they needed to do. And as much as I hate to see it, because Risen Standard is a friend of mine, that he had a very rough game. They did it right in that they continued to pick on the weak link of the enemy team, and they forced Risen Standard so far behind, he was unable to come back into the game, even despite having a few good ultimates, and he eventually went down. So, all right, we're going to go into game number 3, but I'm going to take a very short break to try to recover my voice for a second. I'm going to get Wraith in here, and then we're going to go into game number 3. It shouldn't be more than maybe a minute. I will be right back, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Good lord, dude, I'm exhausted.
My voice is completely shot. I have to check here real quick. It is what they are. Okay, so what is Boo Khaki? Somebody's have to explain to me what the joke on Boo Khaki is. You're gonna have